One of the most obvious traits when it comes to kind of predicting who's going to be successful, whatever the word success means to you, whether that's moving up in the corporate ladder into executive leadership, whether that's managing large projects or program, whether that's becoming a subject matter expert in your field, or maybe it's not even corporate America, maybe it's building your own business. This one specific trait is very important to achieve that success, and that's emotional intelligence. Someone who has a lot of emotional intelligence understands their feelings and their emotions. They know how to recognize them, and they know what to do in order to regulate those emotions. Another key indicator of high emotional intelligence is that they also understand others. They have a very, very high level of empathy where it helps them understand the emotions of others. And obviously they can't do much to regulate others' emotions, but they can definitely do a lot to regulate their own emotions and their own reactions to others. So that is essentially what emotional intelligence is. And in this video, I want to talk about how it benefits us in our careers, in our businesses, and how can we develop it? What can we do to increase our emotional intelligence? Because it's not something that we're just born with. I don't think I know a leader who is successful and who is influential, who people want to work for, who doesn't have a high level of emotional intelligence. These leaders, one, they know how to build relationships. They are really good at communicating and they're active listeners. Great project managers and great leaders make you feel like you're the only one there. You're the only one that they're talking to. Another trait of emotional intelligence and how it benefits us at work is the ability to make better decisions. Emotionally intelligent people are not impulsive. They do not make decisions based on their emotions or based on how they're feeling, even if potentially that's what they want to do, right? They understand that they need to be mindful, and if they feel like they're potentially about to make a decision based on an emotion, they will take a step back and be unapologetic about it, take their time, go back there, relax, figure out what they need to do in order to regulate their emotions, and then make a decision. So it's very easy to trust this person to make good decisions. That doesn't mean they're going to make the right decision every time, but at least they take the time to think things through before making a decision. Another way that emotional intelligence benefits us as a whole, not just for leaders and project managers, but as a team in general, when there is a team that has overall a high level of emotional intelligence, it is so much easier to work together because everyone is empathetic towards everyone else. So it's like this communal, empathetic teamwork that goes on. And so collaboration increases. We're able to explain ourselves and we don't assume that someone else understands us without having that conversation that needs to be had. And we talk things through until we find a almost win-win situation when it comes to conflict resolution. The ability to communicate effectively because everyone has this high level of emotional intelligence is so crucial when it comes to the success of a team that are building whatever they're building. Another major trait of emotionally intelligent people is being able to adapt. This is one of the things that I deal with a lot in my career, is the fact that things are constantly changing. They're always constantly changing because, again, I work in the construction industry, so site conditions change, decisions need to be updated based on environmental factors, based on community factors, based on funding, whatever it is, there is a constant need of change. And so the ability to be adaptable and resilient when it comes to that change is critical in order to be successful in what you're doing. But I have seen where this constant change is difficult for others and they can't find a way to emotionally regulate. And so change is this constant fear, this constant anger in them. Sometimes understandable because, you put in a lot of work on something and it changes and it's almost like that work didn't matter, but it did. And we just have to be adaptable and be able to regulate ourselves to move forward. Okay, so let's talk about how you can develop emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, again, is not something that we are born with. It's something that we develop. And if you are lucky, you have parents who have taught you how to emotionally regulate. And if you are unlucky, you grew up being a little less emotionally intelligent than you could be. That doesn't mean that you can't develop it though. We are these organic creatures in the world, and we are constantly able to improve. That is the beauty of our species, that we can improve physically, we can improve mentally, we can improve emotionally, and emotional intelligence is definitely one of the things that you can develop and that you can increase as you practice. So one of the things that you need to practice to increase your emotional intelligence is self-reflection. Spend a little bit of time with yourself. Try to understand how a certain conversation went, how a certain situation happened that you potentially thought could have gone better, and try to, another thing that you can do, practice empathy. Put yourself in that other person's shoes and look at things from their perspective, not just your own. Potentially see where the holes in communications, where the little cracks in communications happened. Another one of the little things that I myself am practicing a lot is changing your negative thought pattern, which is something that I used to do a lot when I was young, where I would just have a very negative frame of mind around whatever it is that I was doing. So one of the things that I started doing is reframing my negative thought patterns. Instead of thinking, oh, that person is doing that because they don't know how to do that task, they're a little bit incompetent, and they don't want to ask any questions, and they're just failing the team, and getting really angry, which is what used to happen to me. I would just see red. Now I think, okay, what happened in this certain situation that potentially I could have helped improve the communication there, and what resources were not provided to this person to be able to complete their job, or did they not feel like they could come to the team for help? Why don't they feel like they could come to the team for help? So any situation that happens at work now, I try to reframe it and try to not think that anyone is out to get anybody else. I genuinely think that nobody is. I think we are all just a mixed group of humans with different levels of emotional intelligence and different levels of egos, and we're all just trying to coexist. So that is actually something that my current boss has taught me, is that he tries to not think of anything as coming from a negative place from others, and he just thinks of ways to resolve things, move forward, and has a mind of a goldfish. He just doesn't keep those negative feelings inside of him. He doesn't feel resentful. He just moves on and continues looking for solutions to whatever problem we're having. Another way of practicing emotional intelligence is through meditation and mindfulness. I think meditation is everywhere now in the internet. It's almost like a trend. But I actually do think that meditation helps you come to a state of mind that helps you be more mindful, helps you be more present, helps you kind of take a breath, and allows you, almost gives you the permission to go a little bit slower, to not be impulsive, to think before you talk or you speak, which is something that I have been practicing for the past 10 years. Still don't have it completely down, but at least at work, I definitely have practiced taking a breath, reframing or rephrasing everything in my brain before it comes out through my mouth. And it's something that's definitely helped me be more clear in what I want to say and be more professional, I guess is the word. I guess the last 3 things is feedback. Feedback can be scary, but you can also learn a lot from them. Ask people that you trust that are going to be empathetic towards you to give you feedback on emotional intelligence and where they think that you can improve a little bit. The other one is being open to continuous learning and continuous improving, and just be open to the understanding that we're all just human and everyone has space for improvement. And the last one is surround yourself with emotionally intelligent people. I think I gravitate towards a lot of emotionally intelligent people because I am more on the impulsive, crazy, all out there kind of side. And so my best friends are very stable, very emotionally intelligent. They always think before they speak, and I have learned a lot from them. That's it on this video. I just want to talk about emotional intelligence because it's something that is always on my mind. and I'm always trying to continuously improve on it, so I thought I would share it. Thanks everyone for sticking till the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.